Hi friends, now we will discuss about 10 most famous bridges in the United States. Let's we talk about the 10 most beautiful bridges and the longest bridges in the country of United States. These 10 are the top bridges in United States. First one is Brooklyn Bridge, and the second one is George Washington Bridge. Third one is Delaware Memorial Bridge. Fourth one is the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Fifth one is Golden Gate Bridge. Sixth one is Sunshine Skyway Bridge. 7 Mile Bridge. Eighth one is Mackinac Bridge. Ninth one is Tacoma Narrows Bridge. And the last one is Ambassador Bridge. Let's discuss about each one in detail. First one is Brooklyn Bridge. This is the Brooklyn Bridge layout, and it has 5,988 feet long, and its longest span is 1,595 feet. The Brooklyn Bridge, which was completed in 1883 and connects Manhattan and Brooklyn by spanning the East River in New York City, is arguably one of the most famous bridges in the eastern United States. The Brooklyn Bridge is a suspension bridge that measures 5,988 feet long, and its longest span is 1,595 feet. This bridge is spanning over the East River in New York City. Next one is George Washington Bridge. This picture is the George Washington Bridge, and it's very good to see. This bridge is also in New York City. Another New York City bridge that is a must see for all road travelers, the George Washington Bridge, spans the Hudson River and connects New Jersey and the borough of Manhattan. This bridge has a total length of 4,757 feet and a maximum single span of 3,609 feet. This bridge is must watch and see travelers bridge because there is so many traffic is available in this bridge, and so much of freeable traffic is available. There is no problem with any traffic. This is very good to see bridge. Next one is Delaware Memorial Bridge. Crossing the Delaware River and connecting Wilmington, Delaware to South New Jersey. The Delaware Memorial Bridge is another grand bridge that, like the George Washington Bridge, belongs to Interstate 95. The Delaware Memorial Bridge was originally opened in 1951 as a single span, but in 1968 the current westbound span was completed. This steel suspension bridge has a maximum span of 2,150 feet and is 10,796 feet long. This is very long bridge compared to all other bridges in United States. 10,096 796 feet long bridge. This is this is a very long bridge for journey compared to other bridges in United States. Next one is the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. The Chesapeake Bay Bridge was first built in 1952 and is also called William Preston Lane Junior Memorial Bridge in honor of the man who served as Maryland's governor when the span was originally dedicated. The bridge connects the eastern and western shores of Maryland and was expanded in 1973 when the current westbound span was constructed. It has 5 miles long and 186 feet at its highest point. Next one is Golden Gate Bridge. This is a very famous bridge in United States. If the Brooklyn Bridge is the most popular span on the East Coast, then the Golden Gate Bridge easily takes the top spot among the most famous bridges on the West Coast. The Golden Gate Bridge was opened in 1937 and has been designated as one of the wonders of the modern world by the American Society of Civil Engineers. The main span of the bridge measures an impressive 4,200 feet and has the longest main span of any suspension bridge in the world until 1964. Next one is the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. It's convenient for me that one of the most famous bridges in the United States stands in my proverbial backyard, Tampa, Florida. The current Sunshine Skyway Bridge was opened in 1987, but its construction was prompted by tragedy. The newer Sunshine Skyway Bridge is a concrete cable-stayed bridge that is 29,040 feet long, has a 1,200-foot main span, and has been considered by the Travel Channel as one of the top 10 bridges in the world. Next one is 7 Mile Bridge. Connecting Peninsula Florida with the Florida Keys, the 7 Mile Bridge is an iconic structure that is heavily traveled by tourists who want to visit the Cones Republic. The original 7 Mile Bridge was built during 1909 to 1912, but the span used by motorists today was finished in 1982. Most of the original bridge is still intact and is largely used as a fishing pier, though it is disintegrating at a rate faster than the state of Florida can afford to maintain it. And this is the bridge layout. Next one is Mackinac Bridge. Pronounced like Mackinac, the Mackinac Bridge was opened in 1957 and connects the lower and upper peninsulas of Michigan. This phenomenal suspension bridge is more than 26,000 feet long and has a main span of 3,799 feet. While several bridges in the eastern hemisphere have since eclipsed the Mackinac Bridge anchor to anchor span distance, it still is the third longest suspension bridge in the United States and 15th longest in the world. Next one is Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Remember that old film of a bridge flying flailing in the wind and collapsing into the water. The That was the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, and it collapsed only 4 months after its July 1940 opening in Washington State. Several engineering flaws led to the bridge's demise under 42 miles per hour winds that rocked and road deck, which was not designed well enough for high-speed winds. In 1950, a replacement bridge was constructed and now carries only westbound traffic. The eastbound span opened in 2007. Both main spans are 2,800 feet long and are the fifth longest suspension bridges in the United States. And the last one is the Ambassador Bridge. Opened in 1929, the Ambassador Bridge is a suspension bridge with a 1850-foot long main span. It actually takes those driving into the United States north. It has 10,000 commercial vehicles on a typical weekday. Thank you for watching about top 10 and the most famous bridges in United States.